Hi everybody, it's Carolyn and welcome back. Today I thought I would do something different. I would just do a get to know me. I would just chit chat with you a little bit. So anyway, my name is Carolyn. My first name is Sandra, but for whatever reason my parents chose to call me Carolyn, which caused some confusion in school, and I didn't like it. I would have rather my name, they called me Sandra than Carolyn, but I've always been Carolyn. I am 53 years old. My birthday is in July, and I am a Cancer. So, and I think that fits me. I am very loving and caring and nurturing and that kind of thing, a big-hearted kind of person. But I also like to be home, I'm not one that's, going a lot or that kind of thing. I enjoy my home, so, and that's, if you read about Cancer, that seems to be the way they are, and I am a lot like that. I was born in North Carolina on a farm, and I have a older sister and 3 older brothers. I'm the youngest of 5. And my sister is 13 years older, and then between the youngest brother and I, there's 5 years apart. So my sister, she got married by the time I was 6 years old. She had gotten married, and we shared a room. I'm sure she hated it, but I don't know. My mother said that when she brought me home, though, my sister just kind of, I was like hers, And so, but like I said, she moved when I was 6. And then I had another brother that went away to college, and another one that went in the Air Force. And so it was my brother Mike and I that were at home more growing up. But I still have memories of all of us being there and on the farm and getting into all kinds of things. And because you would just go out, get up in the morning, you'd have some breakfast, and you would go out and you would just stay out all day, You might come in for some lunch or whatever, or our grandparents lived across the street, so we'd go over to Grandma's and Grandpa's house and eat something over there, or we had chores to do. We lived on a farm, and we had lots of gardens. My family owned a large piece of land, and all of my siblings built there later on. They all live there now, except for me. But we had all these gardens, and so there was a lot of canning and freezing and that kind of thing going on. When we planted tomato plants, we planted 300 tomato plants. And that would be the first batch, and then we would plant some more later so they would, come in later. But not as many the second go round. But everything, we raised everything to eat, because like I said, 5 kids, that was a lot. And we had cows and chickens and pigs, and my dad, we had beagles, and he would train those for hunting dogs. Now, he worked outside the home, and my mother, she was a beautician, and so she had a beauty shop my dad had built there, and so she did that as well. And so there was always something to feed or to gather, or that kind of thing. Or we were just getting into something. And our poor mother, she was always having to look and see what we were into. And we had a goat, and I didn't like that goat I could walk outside and just be minding my own business, you know, walking out the backyard, and here would come, I would look up and see him coming. And this goat would just be running full force, you know, and then he would just like, bam, run into you and just fling you across the yard. So he didn't stay around for a long time, but anyway, we had one. But we raised, you know, the cows and the pigs and that kind of thing to eat. And, you know, they would go hunting and that kind of thing. So yes, I grew up eating squirrel and rabbit and, you know, dove pies and that kind of thing. I haven't had it in a long time, but my mother would never eat it. She would fix it for us, but she would never eat it. And we had a pond, and so then we would go fishing out back, and then we'd go frog gigging at night, and so my mom would fix frog legs and that kind of thing. It was just fun. And then with having my grandparents across the street, you know, we would go over there, and my grandma would be out back, like on Sunday, you know, she would go out and she would kill a chicken for their Sunday dinner. Or there would be, when you go over there, there would be fatback meat laying on the stove still, and you would pick up some as you walk by and eat that. My grandfather, he had a workhorse, and so he still plowed with a workhorse. My dad had a tractor, but my grandfather always liked to use the horse instead, and I would always want to ride the horse. And he always called me Susie for whatever reason. I don't even know what. For a while, I didn't really know what my name was. So he would say, "No, Susie, you know, he's too hot. You can't ride him," because he'd be coming back from the field, you know. But there was just so many wonderful memories. Big tire swing. We had the big tractor tire swing, and we had motorcycles, and there was neighborhood kids that, you know, our houses weren't close together at all. The closest one was my grandparents or an aunt. Most all of us were, you know, related. Everybody owned large amounts of property back then. Now it's very different. When I go over there, and like I said, all my siblings live out there and have built houses out there, but it's, you know, it's the same, but it's grown up a whole lot, I can say that. I got married when I was 18 and divorced by the time I was 21, and then I met my husband now, and he is 12 years older. We have a son, and he just got married in August. So I don't have any grandchildren yet, but you know, I'm giving him a little while. I'm not pushing yet. I do have a grand dog, and he came to stay with me right before Christmas. He stayed with me for a week. And I have 3 dogs, and they were like, "Excuse me, who is this, and why is he playing with our toys?" So, but they get along, so. We my family loved to go to the beach as well, so that's, I guess, where my whole love of the beach, we went all the time in the summer. We would, finally my dad bought a camper, and, you know, my sister got married when I was 6, you know, like I said, brothers going, one brother off to college, one in the Air Force, you know, me and my other brother at home, so they would come down as well, but they would have their, you know, tents, pop-ups, you know, whatever, and so we would all, you know, be right there together at at the beach. And so my mother and I, though, would go down and stay in the camper. And we went to Long Beach. I mean, it was, it wasn't anything to do down there. It wasn't where they had, the rides or pavilion or anything like that to do. No. But we had so much fun. We would, growing up, I hear people talk about that lived in the city of, going to the pool. Well, we went to the pool a few times, but that was kind of an ordeal to take all of us to the pool, and then we usually wanted to take somebody, so, So we learned, we would go swimming in the pond, but I learned to swim in the ocean. In the sand taught me how to swim. And like I said, my mother and I would stay down there for the summers, and we would come home, every few weeks and check on everything at home and wash clothes and go back down there. And so I've always been one that just, I have a love for the ocean. It's a place that I find just so peaceful, and that I could go and just sit on the beach and let the wind through my hair and just close my eyes and listen to those waves break and just let it all go, So if I ever moved anywhere, which I doubt I'll ever be able to, but that would be where I would want to live. I think the simplicity of it, of living at the beach in a small, little beach community would be ideal. I would like to have like a little little cafe or something, just our burger joint would be perfect, but or a breakfast place, something like that. I think that would be so fun, and you would get to know the locals, and then also the people coming back and every year. So that would be my thing I would love to do. So anyway, I guess I've blabbed on enough. I don't want to make this video so long, but I just thought today I would just sit back and just chit-chat a little bit. So I hope that you enjoyed that, and that you got to know me just a little better, and that you have a wonderful week, and I'll see you soon. Take care. Bye-bye.